Hi, I'm Nick Labriola, and I work with Tierra Antigua Realty in Tucson, Arizona. I specialize in helping people buy and sell homes near the University of Arizona. And over the last 13 years, I've gotten a lot of questions, and these are the top 5. Far and away, the top question I get is it better for me to buy versus rent if I have a student going to the University of Arizona? Normally, what I see is a scenario where a student might be going to school and they'll spend the first semester to 2 semesters in the dorm, and then often they'll rent for 3+ years after that. Another situation might be if the family was to purchase a property, there's no guarantees, but often the property will keep up with appreciation, and oftentimes at the end of the 3 to 4 years, the family can either keep that property and continue to rent it out, or if they liquidate the property, it's appreciated enough that they either make a profit or they at least break even. So again, there's no guarantees, but usually it seems that it works out better for the family to purchase the property. Second question I get is what types of properties are available. There's 4 bigger categories. You may be familiar with a single family residence, which is just a conventional home. Condominiums, it's kind of like buying a part of an apartment where you actually own the unit. A townhome might be part of a duplex or triplex. It's kind of in between a home and a condominium where there is a courtyard or maybe a small yard. And then the last one might be a multifamily where you might own a duplex, triplex, or a fourplex. So those are the bigger 4 categories. The next thing people ask is, what can I get for my budget? This is a it depends type of a question. Normally, properties closer to the University of Arizona sell for a premium, and there's also several historic districts around the university, and those areas command higher prices. Generally, the second factor would be what type of property you're looking at, and all of those are available within a pretty close proximity to the university. So we do have active live links for the available current inventory on realtucson.com if you want to check that out. And you're also always welcome to call me if you want to chat about your specific situation. The big question I get that can be difficult for a family is, can I finance the property? And normally the answer is yes, but people will have a better chance of getting financing on a single family residence or a townhome. And I need to let you know that I'm not a lender, so I can't give lending advice. If you want to ask specific questions, I can connect you with some very good local lenders. But this situation comes up enough that I want to make sure we at least talk about it so that you're prepared if it comes up. The bottom line is, if you own your primary residence already, when you go to buy a property near U of A, the lender is going to see you as an investor. And you'll often have to pay a higher down payment, and they'll also generally charge you a higher interest rate. Another thing that's very common on condos specifically is if there's more than 50% non-owner occupants. And what do I mean by that? A non-owner occupant would be a renter. So if more than 50% of the people in the condo development are renting, the lender will see the property itself as a higher risk and they won't want to lend on it. And it can be almost impossible to get a conventional or any type of loan on the property. So if the student is able to qualify themselves, they might be able to get a different type of a loan product with credit history, etc. But that's where you would need to talk with a good local lender to see what your options are. The takeaway from that is it's very difficult to get lending on a condo if you already own your primary residence. So a better option might be a townhome or a single family residence. The last question that I hear commonly is, do I need a property manager? And we'll talk a little bit about what's involved. You would have to advertise the property and collect rents, screen potential tenants, etc. So you would have to act as your own property manager. Oftentimes the student is living in one of the bedrooms and they act as a property manager on behalf of the family, doing a lot of that work. So if those type of activities you're comfortable with, that's great. And if not, it would probably be better to hire a professional. And I'm not a licensed property manager. Again, I can connect you with some quality folks down here. Just call and ask. And they generally will charge about 10% of your gross monthly rent for their services. So I hope this little installment has been helpful for you and we've covered some bases. Everybody's situation is different, so if you want to talk about your specific plan, I'm happy to help. You can call me at 520-975-8956. And my lovely wife, Kim, has written several articles on the content at our website, realtucson.com. So I look forward to hearing from you, and I'd be happy to help if you have questions. Thank you.